touch, all. Africans unite. Go check.
What happens when there's no revolutionary leadership on the ground to challenge those ideas? Once we come up and say, throw none in the gutter, stop the war in the black community, reparations, not police containment, that makes it much more difficult for them to just convince everybody that the police is the solution. And this is why they want to lock me up and take leaders off the streets so they can just run their campaign uncontested. Most recently, as you remember, the flash mob incident happened here in Philadelphia, which really was a media creation. Flash mob, you ask the average African youth out here, are you part of the flash mob? They're like, what the hell is that? That's the response that we got. But the reality is that the media, the state created this concept of the flash mob to criminalize African youth gathering in large numbers, and mind you, there was no response from the government, from the police, when the white kids tore up South Street when the Phillies won the World Series. They were swinging from light posts and turning cars over. Yeah. So you didn't find that response from the government when the white kids were tearing shit up. But when African youth just converge on one spot in large numbers, all of a sudden it's high alert. But the point is that in that whole flash mob process, more than 30 African youth were actually convicted of felonies. Call we were making the African youth to use all of this energy and dynamism to serve the revolution, and we've been working with groups like the Dollar Boys ever since, giving them political education, showing them basically how to understand all the issues in the community and how to really organize around these questions and the idea itself. We wanted to make it clear that there's nothing that African people should not be willing and able to do to win our freedom. The sky should be the limit in terms of what it's going to take to be free. And that's something that we want to be clear on unapologetically. The sky's the limit. There's nothing we should not be willing to do to win our freedom. Secondly, we have a responsibility to expose contradictions in the existing legal system and so-called political system through which we're supposed to get solutions. So the common response to police brutality from the community is to go to the city councilman, maybe file a lawsuit, criminal complaint against the police, all of which can be done, videotape. And these are all things that through this campaign we would train the youth to do. How to actually even know your rights. How do you deal with the police when they stop? We do things like the People's Law School to provide such education. We encourage them to videotape police conduct. And it's not like we voted to get over here, they said they can get them. It was no democracy, democratic process to determine our fate 400 years ago, and it doesn't exist today. And that's the primary thing that we trying to help African people understand, that the only reason why the police can do what they do, whether they whoop your head or stomp on your video camera, is the fact that they have power, which is articulated through the gun on their hip. And so that helps African people understand what it is that we have to do to win our freedom.
Yeah, if you struggling just to keep your lights on, you need to join the movement, son. If your school books shine more like bone, you need to join the movement, son.